Hi. This is the first video. Kind of just want to talk about what I've experienced, mainly because at this point, I think I'm suffering a very similar thing to most people when it comes to movies in specific. Because who doesn't like a good movie, you know? People have made their entire culture around certain movies. Star Wars, for example. I mean, that's pretty much just knights in space. That I don't say that in a very ill way. The Jedi are supposed to be monks and people of higher standing. The story of Luke Skywalker training and coming into his own to become a noble individual is great. They fucked that up at the end, though. I mean, everyone agrees on that, but, I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's expected. That's sort of the modern storyteller's deconstruction, you know, because everything needs to be deconstructed nowadays. uh, that's kind of into what I'm here to speak to you about. It's mainly that I want to tell you how much shit sucks nowadays. I know that's not anything new, but here's my take on it. The modern story sucks in general, though. That's my general thoughts. You can click off now if you wanted to, but I'd like you to remain. That'd be nice for me. Uh, when you've enjoyed your old films of the elder days when things didn't suck as much as they do now, you notice that most films have a general topic, a point, a theme, a story, storytelling and all that. Oldest art form, my general belief. Well, you could say that the cave paintings are older than that, but I'm sure some shaman was around a campfire talking to his other tribes people because there's not much else to do once you get old in the caveman period. But it is, I mean, that is what it is. But the story has progressed over time and it has taken multiple mediums and forms. Unfortunately, for movie watchers and video game players, read a book. Yeah, books is just superior. You could still argue that modern books still suck because for some reason, anything that isn't young adult is smut for some unforsaken, unholy thing that has happened recently. I mean, I'm sure there's still some topics and mediums left, but goddamn, the movie has influenced the book more than the book has influenced the movie in modern times. I can tell you that. Reading a lot of modern books, it feels like you're watching a Marvel movie and you're like, "Oh god. Oh no." I just went back to the classics, the olden days, not Shakespeare and the like, but a lot of the old sagas are still readable. They're still not at that point where uh, things have been so unforgivably altered, And even the Count of Monte Cristo is pretty good. So that's a really good book. I'll be honest. I like that one a lot. You should read that one. If if you've already clicked, if you click off by now, I just go read the Count of Monte Cristo. But the movie is fucked. The movie is broken. I mean, similarly to the book, modern movies and originally modern movies more than the modern book. The modern movie is broken. It's very much done. It's no longer a movie. It's a bunch of theater kids, pretty much. And I know that's a overused thing, but yeah, it is. It feels like you're watching theater kids move mannequins around because it's not even the mannequins themselves, the theater kids, and their flair for the dramatic. It's a insincerity. It's the kid who thinks it's really funny. His peak humor is just levels of sarcasm, and I think that died a long time ago. You know, sort of the inability to take yourself seriously kind of means why am I listening to you then if you can't even take yourself a little bit seriously, right? The old movies, they still had that concept of the knight, because every single movie stems from the knight, which stems from the hero, from our myths and old, you know? Very typical thing, very expected. And you find that when you exist in your modern existence, as you do, your circus that you've been given to entertain yourself and ignore the fact that you are slowly, surely obtaining less and less. Well, you obtain the same amount of money, but it's worth less and less for your labor, for the amount of time that you work. And you can make a lot of arguments as to the reason for that. But the circus that's supposed to distract you from that is not really that fun anymore. It's more mindless. It's, to use Zoomer terms, it's slop. The idea of gray goo that you just despise. Well, not really despise. Watching most movies, even the really bad ones that people like, you watch a review of the movie and it's like, why is this happening? Why is that? Watch the movie yourself. Your brain doesn't do that automatically. You have to literally wake yourself up again and again while watching the movie because you literally slip into a comatose. It's like it's made for that. It is the perfect slip into a coma. That is the modern film, right? You watch a weak character that never strives to give you any sense of emotion or anything of that variety, and you're just sitting there like, oh man, this is so much fun. I can't wait to watch the new Thor movie where Thor is fat and lame and he loses again. Awesome. I fucking love that. God damn, is that the new Spider-Man movie where Spider-Man acts like a small child again? The live action one, I don't even know what's happening for the animated one anymore. I can't. What was it, the TT joke? That was real funny. I'm goddamn. You guys' sense of humor is killing me. Literally in real time, I'm dying. It's a tumor, uh, large pulsating one. But you try your best to sort of live with the drought, and I just find myself reading old stuff. I mean, I already said that, but again, it's just, you will find yourself reading old films, and it could be because of the Zoomer mind. As a Zoomer myself, all minds are very spoiled. Well, I would say melty. It's the short form content hits you too hard, but it's I don't even think it's that. I think it's that these people are so terrible at storytelling that they are struggling to compete with mindless Instagram and doom scrolling. It's almost sad to watch, really. I don't know if you've seen the Breaking Bad effect with the Instagram. You hear the music in the background, and it's like a YouTube short or an Instagram, and then it's forgotten about. I, man, modern TV shows of that variety. There's one that's like the well man or the oil rig one. God damn, man, they're doing it on purpose. They're making YouTube short clips as part of their thing. It's just who can fit more, like, I'm so cool. You don't know what you're doing. Hey, like badass moments where someone would comment. So it's fuck, man. This is so shit. It's so ass. So unbearably just unlikable. Terrible. Impossible to enjoy. It is just everywhere. It's everything. It's unceasing. It's a torrent of sewage into your eyes if you decide to open them. It is just, why would you? Why would you look into the fucking sewage grate? Because sometimes a nugget of gold might come out, but it hasn't in years. I mean, your movie characters are all smooth. Oh man, we can't have Jaws where the characters have blemishes or a little bit of stubble that isn't perfectly combed. It's unceasing. How much have you ever seen a real construction worker? Do you think they're covered in levels of like beauty products? and their even their attempts at construction workers or someone who's a little unkempt are so false, and they don't even have the will or the fucking, like, I don't know what is going on there, man. Remember when it was actors, you know? You remember the idea of an actor? It was an actor, and then you had the idea of celebrities, and now it's just celebrities who want to be actors because they're not actors. They're celebrities. You see their face everywhere. Every single time you look at a film, it's The Rock again. It's Dwayne. Look at him go. And you know it's Dwayne. And you see him do his Dwayne stuff where he's like cool, And even he's mildly, like, I don't know if the term is because he's not emasculated at all. It's Dwayne. He probably has a contract to make sure that he isn't emasculated, but he's just cool, but also kind of dumb. That's the thought process behind him in every single film. And it's, man, I really wish I had that thing going on. You turn on the TV, you see me. It's just, look at how cool he is. Look at him. Look at him do his little dance. It's just, I can't lose. That's part of my fucking actorship. It's unceasingly just false, and it's all very incestuous and just broken. That's the main thing that everyone despises about Hollywood. It's just a bunch of endless people patting themselves on the back because they exist almost as if they exist in the ruins of old actors, old movie directors. That's the claim to fame nowadays, is that the people who were actually good and who actually did what they could and knew that you don't have the same actor that's seen everywhere in your film specifically, those people are either, their brains are mush now, right? Some of them are still alive, but mostly they're just gone. Just, they don't have their magic anymore, you know? And that's just movies. I mean, video game storytelling is, oh god, it's better to ignore it because, I mean, everyone already has spoken about it. But the Borderlands series is just go look at the Borderlands series. That's like the perfect example of everything wrong to such a tier 10 degree. It's elevated. It is the perfect frame of everything you despise about modern storytelling, I think. I believe it to be so. I don't know. Maybe I'm just rambling to you as some elderly character, a caricature of a human. But even their attempts to be badass nowadays fall on their face innately, right? Because normally when you have someone who is a badass, you're a cool character that everyone knows about, you have that character sort of be more stoic in a less, the camera jump cuts to them, frames them, they walk around and everyone gasps when they're around type of way. You have it, right? And it's very Redditor-esque. It's unbearable. I mean, a lot of, I've got that syndrome where you just hate things in general. You become one of those general, just hatred, unceasing hatred for everything. I don't think that's true. I like to see the good in things. I like the good in people. I just think that most of these circuses that we've been given are just, they're not fun anymore. The clown has fallen off of his little ball, and the elephant is clearly being whipped, and there's just not much to give. You can't really complain about AI replacing your directing and your writing job if you suck at writing. I hope AI replaces you at some point because I wouldn't notice the difference. At the bare minimum, that means that you can go back to the drawing board while the AI is writing shit things. You can go back to square zero and figure out whether you went wrong, that your job was so easily replaced by something without a soul because your writing doesn't have a soul. There's the thought for you. If AI replaces your writing or drawing job, well, congratulations, you fucking suck. That's the secret. You're so terrible at your job, you were replaced by square zero thought. That's the truth. I mean, why? Like I wouldn't complain if AI stole all the video YouTube making job because I deserve it. I'll be honest. This fucking video probably sucks. And you know what? All right, sure. The AI can entertain, and I'll go back to the drawing board and I'll start again. You sit here and you complain for hours on end. Oh, it'll take my right. Like maybe for the artist, it's more necessary to feel something against for the poor artist, but for the writers of these Marvel movies, like I was wondering whether AI had already done its job and already stolen yours, because it already feels like it has. This is unbearable. Oh, man, I wonder what that one Spider-Man movie, the one where he gets all the other Spider-Man, the last live action one. I wonder how that one is. Oh yeah, Spider-Man, the one who just went through the Avengers, is through the end game, through Thanos, through the snap, through an entire arc where he gets betrayed, where he figures stuff out. Yeah, what happens with him? He's clearly matured now. He should be a mature character now. Nah, nah, he acts like a child, and he fucks with magic shit beyond his comprehension that can ruin and destroy everything, and he's just stupid, and that causes the issue. It's like, oh, so just the lowest possible level of he learns his lesson at the end. Yeah, but the next movie is going to be the exact same. If I'm watching a series of movies and the character just goes back to square one after every movie, I'm not watching a series of movies. I'm watching a bunch of separate cats. It's so unbearably dumb. It's all very stupid. Even caring about it feels dumb. It was the Zoomer mindset is endless apathy, and I know it makes people mad to hear that, but yeah, endless apathy and endless insincerity is the common current thing, and that makes it so that everything is cringe or anything like that, and that makes you literally never get off your ass to do anything. But it also affects your writing. It affects your stories. I really think that after the era of the millennial is done, the era of the Zoomer will begin for when you get to write your stories, and I really hope you do better than what currently exists, because right now, anytime I look at the lineup for my local movie theater, it's just bad. It's very bad, unceasingly bad. It's not even like, oh, this could be somewhat good. Nah, it's just bad. There's no point anymore. The theaters don't even sell the movies. If you go to your local theater, most of them have started getting couches, like couches and food is a catering thing going on. That's the main driving point of my local theater, is that it's very comfortable, and like you can watch your slop and you can enjoy a comfortable slop experience. And it's just, man, the selling point isn't even the movie anymore. It's just having the food and sitting there or with your family or with your friends and watching something nice. That's it. That it's so unbearably terrible. But if there is anything to really take away from this, is that you need some sincerity back in your film. You need a higher notice of chivalry. You should 100% have a character who isn't a perfect faced, oh man, here comes the Ryan Reynolds, or some other well-known celebrity that is now in everything to such an extreme degree that it is unbearably annoying and you cannot suspend your disbelief. Right? Have a character who is attractive, because that doesn't even happen nowadays, at least for the most of the characters, Zendaya and all that. But have a character that's attractive but real. I know that sounds difficult, but it's not. I mean, It's gotten to the point where if you go to your local store, you'll see more attractive people than the people you see on TV, but they still have blemishes and issues and little marks on their face, you know? It's very simple things that make you real. It's not applying 50 layers of oil professionally with another level of 50 shaders and CGI effects or whatever the hell it is you're doing. It doesn't look real anymore. It looks like you're puppeting a ceramic doll of a human being around it. It's so distracting to me. I unceasingly. It's like watching someone play around with a fog machine. That's it. You're literally just watching Marvel movies. You just walk in front of a green screen, you know, and just that's it. You're in a Marvel movie now. The green screen itself. Just have some more. Have something more planned out for yourself. Uh, I would honestly go as far as, because again, I think everything should have a theme. Everything should have advice. My advice is enjoy old content until the new one reaches the state of the old. You'll eventually run out of stuff for the old content. My advice for that, just start imagining stuff, you know, skill issue and all that. Imagine an apple rotating in your head, you know, imagine two apples even, if you can. I can't. I can only imagine an apple. And if I leave it there too long, it spoils. It really sucks. You know, I got a poor imagination. But yeah, you know, just watch old content until the new content doesn't suck ass anymore. Uh, Stay safe out there. Enjoy your life, you know?